Today's game on KFJB-TV is sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, Adland Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors, Members First Community Credit Union, Van Wyck Wood Builders.
Into the front court with 5 seconds. Finds Jacob Hayes for the three. Yeah! At the buzzer it goes. House flips it underhand to Kyle Smith. Wide open splash. Knocks it down near side. Here goes Hayes down the right side of the paint. Count the bucket. Yeah! Now to Gersman. Top the key is he had nothing going. Gersman inside. Scores the bucket. Smith stumbling away, did gather it in. He now drives to the free throw line. Turnaround jumper. Oh, no. Boom! Wow, what a start.
Control of the entire offense, and Kyle getting that as a result is really where the Cats are right now. It's point guard making everything go, and big-time scores in Kyle Smith and Jacob Hayes being able to knock down shots as Drake sets them up.
Chris Watkins averaging 16 points per game. He's a 6'6", somewhat of a center, more of a forward in his role for Iowa City High. Second best defense in Class 4A for the Bobcats. How do they shut him down tonight?
Well, it's a really interesting matchup. Like you said, he's not a post back to the basket, but he's incredibly long, gets 10 rebounds a game. Bobcats have really struggled at times of do you play man, do you play zone? And it hurt them really against Ames trying to play that zone. My idea is, do you throw Kyle Smith on him? Because Kyle has been pretty good on wing defenders, guarding wings that are his size or bigger. Drake Gersman, the best defender bar none, but you take him away, then who's guarding your 1 and 2? So I wouldn't be surprised to see Kyle Smith get some run at Watkins here tonight.
Coming up, it's the Hawks and the Cats inside the Roundhouse. We'll talk to head coach Mike Apple when we come back on the countdown to tip-off on KFJB-TV.
Scooter's Coffee is going bananas, literally. Treat yourself to banana bread hot or iced lattes, creamy latte blenders, and fresh banana bread muffins. Need something refreshing? Sip a berry spritz soda, light, bubbly, and perfect any time of day. Craving cozy? Try salted caramel waffle lattes, hot or iced, or a smooth sea salt caramelicious as a latte, cold brew, or blender. And don't forget the French toasty sandwich, warm, sweet, and satisfying. Plus, Cinnalicious drinks are here for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
From the 2018 tornado to the 2020 derecho, Marshalltown has faced adversity, but our community has become stronger and M-Town proud. At Tyler Pashong State Farm Agency in Marshalltown, we have options for home, auto, life, and business. Our goal is to give you choices that impact in a positive way. As we have found out firsthand, life is never predictable, but you should always be prepared. Head to mtownproud.com to see how we can best fit your needs. We'd love to talk to you about what makes you M-Town proud.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com, Marshalltown Area Chamber, meetinmarshalltown.com, Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction, and the Marshalltown School District. Embrace the lead.
Back in on the countdown to tip-off. It is the Bobcats and the Hawks coming up in just a little bit at 7 o'clock here on KFJB-TV. Now joined by head coach Mike Apple for the Marshalltown Bobcat boys basketball team. Coach, your team riding in a 4-game winning streak into playoffs. Who do you kind of feel like has been the catalyst for your team? Because I could point to a whole lot of different guys who have been playing well down the stretch. But is there one guy kind of being that guy who's really helping everybody kind of flow right now?
I don't know, not really necessarily. I mean, it's kind of been each guy taking turns, right? I mean, I think Drake's done a really, really good job, obviously, controlling the game and doing what he's doing at the point guard, making a lot of good decisions, finding a lot of guys that are open. But, I mean, you could go down the line. Jacob's had some big time moments. Kyle, obviously. What do we ask him to do? Damian's hit some big shots. Jameson's been playing well. So, I mean, it's a lot of guys that are understanding their role and trying to play at a high level doing it.
And, of course, coming into postseason playing some of your best basketball of the season, and most of that's been on the defensive buy-in, which has resulted in some good offensive performances as well. But here tonight, kind of that key matchup to watch defensively will be Jacob Hayes, and he'll be guarding on Chris Watkins, most likely 16 points per game, 10 rebounds, a 6'6 senior. He's kind of one of those guys. He's not a traditional center. He's a little bit tall and lanky. He can shoot some perimeter shots. What's the key for Jacob to have a good, successful night against him?
Well, he's got to do a good job of not allowing him to get easy touches inside, number one. He's got to do a good job of blocking him out where he's not getting easy second chance points. Very athletic, long, left-handed. But he can score in a variety of different ways. He'll take you off the bounce, off the three. He'll shoot the three. Really, really skilled player where we got to make sure not only Jacob we got to be in help side defense and make it uncomfortable for him, make them kick it to their guards and have them try and beat us that way.
And he is kind of their main scorer, but they don't run everything through him. They have a couple guys that can score it as well, averaging nearly 8 and 9 points per game. So what kind of stood out on tape against this Iowa City team? They're 4-1 in their last 5 games. What kind of stood out on tape with them?
Yeah, they're playing with a lot more confidence than they were early in the season. I mean, they're playing really at a high level offensively with what they're doing and kind of understanding their roles a little bit more. And they got some threats offensively, not just with 11, 13 for them. Kind of an off guard is really, really skilled and is a good player, really shifty and quick, athletic guard. So we got to do a good job on him with Drake. And then just be really, really solid on their other guys. I mean, they got 6-7 guys that are able to play, and do some things and score in some different ways. So we just got to be really good defensively, like we have been most of the year, and make it tough for them to score in the half court. That's another thing. They like to push it in transition, get our defense set, get back on defense, and make it hard for them to score in the half court.
how do you really plan to attack them offensively? Because when your team's playing well, Drake Gersma's running the point really well, dispersing the basketball, knowing when he needs to score. But your team as a whole, Damian Segovia has really stepped up as far as finding other guys, Jacob Hayes as well, finding the open guys, the ball movement, the ball not sticking a whole lot here lately, that kind of thing. Where does it kind of come down to on that side on the offense?
Yeah, continue to take high percentage shots. Be us, understand what shots we want to take, execute at a high level when we run our sets, set good screens, cut hard, just take what's there, and then ultimately, just being smart with what we do, right? Just understanding who we are, and they're going to throw some different stuff out. Every game we've watched, they switch to a 1-3-1 trap at some point. So we got to understand, we got to know how to attack that when they go to that, and take good shots and not get sped up, and ultimately just play our game and take good shots.
And last question for you, Coach. You've been doing this for quite some time, leading the Bobcats in your 8th year. Last year, you were on the road in the postseason. Your team did a lot of good adjustments against Mason City to come away with that win. Here tonight, you're at home getting this playoff game back at home. How key are the first couple of minutes to read the other team, see what they're doing, and then adjust going forward? Yeah,
I think that's big, obviously. Number one, just being prepared to play, and I think our guys are. They've done a really good job of that for the most part all season, just being ready, understanding the game plan, understand what we want to try and do, and be ready to go, right? We've had a week off now of not playing, so just get off to a quick start. Obviously that helps if we get some stops on defense, propels our offense a little bit and gets us going.
Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, it is Class 4A, Substate 4 versus 5. First-round action coming up. We check out the starting lineups for the Hawks and the Cats right here on KFJB-TV.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The Hawks and Cats warming up on George Funk Court as we get you tonight's starting 5, all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver the starting lineups. Starting 5 for the Hawks behind Bill McTaggart. Second year for the Hawks, but he's no stranger to Little Hawk basketball. He spent 23 years as the girls' head coach, went to 12 state tournaments, won title, took a couple of years off, and now he's tasked himself with turning around the boys' basketball program. Number 3, Jack Lampe, a 6-foot senior guard, averaging 8.4 points per game, 3.5 rebounds coming into this one. Number 10, Coden Kurtz, a 5'11 sophomore point guard, averaging 5.6 points per game. Number 11, Chris Watkins, a 6'6 senior forward, averaging 16 points per game, 10 rebounds per game. He's gone to the line 73 times this year, converting 66% of the time. Number 13, Ion Harris, a 6-foot senior guard, averaging nearly 10 points per game, 2.5 rebounds per game, shoots it 38% from three-point distance. And number 22, Davion Hopkins, averaging 7 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game for the 6-foot sophomore guard. Meanwhile, for your Marshalltown Bobcats as they come in, 14-7, 6-3 out of the Iowa Lions North. The 4 seed battling the 5 seed of the Hawks here tonight, bringing their second-ranked defense in Class 4A and their third-best shooting percentage from behind the arc at 40%. It'll be number 1, Jamison Niehaus, a 6'1 junior guard, averaging 3 points per game. Number 3, Drake Gersma, a 6'2 junior with the 6th most assists in Class 4A with 103. Kyle Smith, the 3-point shooter, number 1 in the state. Number 10 is a 6'3 senior guard. Number 24, the freshman, Damian Segovia, averaging 6.5 points per game. And number 30, Jacob Hayes, a 6'2 senior guard, averaging 13 points per game. When we come back, our keys to the game. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
Back in on the countdown to tip-off. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me tonight. Our producer on site, David Braga. Jeff Brooks back at the radio studios. Keith Stewart roaming on the floor tonight with our camera crew up top, Elijah Bond. Now time for today's Keys to the Game, presented by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. Dylan.
For the Bobcats, it's America's favorite home security system, ADT. The Bobcats are 10-3 at home, while the Little Hawks are 1-9 on the road. Get some shots going early, get the crowd into this one, make Iowa City feel out of place right away. And for the Hawks, it's about an inside job. Not so much points back to the basket, but second chance opportunities. Being able to attack and be able to turn away Bobcat shots at the rim. That's where you look at Watkins. He gives you a big advantage at length at 6'6".
And Watkins is number 2 in the state in offensive rebounding, so that goes to where you're talking about. Yep. He's one of those guys that, put together offensively, statistically, scoring-wise, a better year than a year ago. He's up a couple points from a year ago. He's up 3 rebounds from a year ago, but shooting percentages down from a year ago. It seems like, looking at this team on tape a little bit, they're just not getting a whole lot to fall throughout the year in a very tough Mississippi Valley Conference.
Yeah, they're shooting as far as the amount, the three-point land. They've shot 2 less than the Bobcats while making almost 50 less. They are not shooting it well from outside. They shoot it all right from two-point land, but they're shooting it less than 30%. Now, this is my thought. I always look, when I'm looking at stats, especially for younger guys, you look at Coden Kurtz, a sophomore. He's put up almost 100 threes, only shooting 23%. In my opinion, coaches that allow young guys to shoot that many shots are actually very good shooters. They just haven't been able to find the rhythm. Hopefully Kurtz doesn't find that tonight.
First playoff win since 2020-2021 last year for Iowa City, who comes in at 7-14 on the year this year. They were 10-14 last year. They lost to Cedar Falls in 4A3 second-round action by 40 points last year. That's the team the Bobcats or the Hawks will face coming up this Friday night, and that is a tough team, the number 1 team in the state. Oh, by the way, they're undefeated.
Yeah, and it's not they're not playing very close games either, and they've just also gotten better throughout the year. So kind of the worst trifecta you could ever want for an opponent coming up. They're the real deal. Whoever makes it out tonight has got a huge, tall task in front of him, both literally and metaphorically.
Yeah, that is for sure. That is, again, our keys to the game, all presented by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. Starters taking the floor. We'll step aside for the national anthem. Tip-off is next between the Hawks and the Cats on KFJB-TV.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
The following is a presentation of Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV.
postseason play put the accolades away, Dylan. 1,000 points for Kyle Smith, but I'm sure he's not worrying about that right now as he locks in, looking to get his team moving along in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, those points don't matter, but there's something you can build on, and what Kyle Smith has shown us all year is he will do whatever it takes to put the Bobcats in the best position to win. A lot of that time is spotting up and knocking down those threes. It's going to have to be a well-rounded affair for the Cats, though.
All red for the Iowa City Hawks. All white for the Bobcats. 8 minutes on the clock. Substate 4, Class 4A playoff basketball on KFJB-TV. And Jamison Niehaus will win the opening tip as he beats out Chris Watkins at 6'6". Jamison Niehaus putting that vertical to a challenge here tonight. Damian Segovia, left wing, up to Gersma. Gersma flips it back to Segovia. Free throw line, they find Hayes open near side. Three is no good. Bobcats beat out for the rebound as it's brought in by David Hopkins. And slowing it down, Coden Kurtz will bring it over the timeline.
Really good offensive set. Got it to the free throw line. Opened up for a wide open three. Just couldn't knock it down.
Dump it into the big man underneath Watkins. He's double teamed. Bobcat fans, including head coach Mike Apple, wanted to travel but not called. Watkins ends up leaning in for the bucket to open up the game. 2-0 Iowa City High. Bobcats trapped at midcourt. Gersma got it to Kyle Smith. Back to Gersma. A bounce pass over to Segovia. Segovia fumbles the basketball, and now he'll be stripped. It's taken away by Hopkins. Hopkins inside, slapped away by Gersma, but the putback is good inside by the Hawks, and it's 4-0. Iowa City with the lead as the bucket comes from Jack Lampe.
Yeah, you look at that real quick. The Cats are getting pressed. All they got to do is settle down. They'll be wide open shots.
And a three and a wide open look for Kyle Smith. Can't convert on the far side corner. They broke that zone defensive look as Coden Kurtz will bring it into the front court. Looking back at head coach Bill McTaggart for the play call. They'll swing it over to the left wing. They'll bounce pass up to the top of the key to Jack Lampe. Right wing, three taken by Kurtz, rattles it in. Wow, what a start right now for Iowa City High. 7-0.
And one thing the Cats are doing, they will bring a second defender on Watkins, which is much like that. Oh, my goodness.
Now
Cats are getting railed right now.
Yeah, Cats, bad pass by Hayes over to Segovia off of his knee. Ian Harris brings it up court. Iowa City West left wing. Now back to the top of the key to Jack Lampe. He'll swing it to the right wing to back to Harris. He's looking inside of the big man, nothing there. Over to left wing. Three taken by Kurtz, and it's no good, but an offensive rebound. He does that so well. Number 2 in the state, and Watkins with his second bucket of the game. 9-0, and a timeout's coming from head coach Mike Apple. It's the Bobcats. Oh, it looked like he was going to call a timeout, but he did not take it. Gersman now, top of the key. Has it knocked away, and there comes the timeout. The timeout will come late here. The near side official did not hear him. The far side official does recognize it, will take it. 5:23 opening quarter, 9-0. Iowa City on top of Marshalltown on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
Hey Bobcat Nation, this is Kyle Smith and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
All Iowa City High in the front half of the first quarter. It is 9-0. Bobcats trailing at home inside the Roundhouse. Substate 4 Class 4A playoff action. Bobcats sluggish on offense to get going here tonight.
Yeah, and it's really come down. They've had a couple shots you'd like, and corner threes just have not made it. But Iowa City has extended that zone pressure so far to get in the passing lanes. Cats not doing a good job.
Yeah, the pressure is eating them up, and Hayes almost throws a pick and a shot clock violation on the Bobcats. Hayes had to go into the backcourt, out of the timeout. The shot clock had already wound down, and about 10, 15 seconds into the shot clock, that's when head coach Mike Apple took the timeout. So they were having to draw something up pretty quick right there, not able to get it off. But, boy, the pressure is also impacting the Cats early on.
Yeah, and really, in my opinion, as they extend that so far, the free throw line is the way you can get on the pass. The other way that you can do it is a boomerang pass on the perimeter, get it right back where it came from, and drive off of it.
Lampy guarded by Kyle Smith. He passes it out. Harris with a three. No good, but the putback. Davion Hopkins with his first bucket of the night. 11-0 as we approach the midway point of the opening quarter. And trapping defense up high into the front court as Gersma gets it, and now he'll throw it away to Segovia. Picked up by Hopkins. Going the other way. Near side corner three. Left unguarded. Coden Kurtz knocking it down. His second one of the night.
Well, I said that exactly in the pregame. If you're allowed to shoot that many threes as a sophomore, even if you're shooting 23%, that means you can shoot it. You just haven't found the bottom of the net.
Gersma bounce pass out to Kyle Smith, but a foul is going to be called, a reach in. 14-0. Cats have not been in this kind of place in quite some time. I don't even know if against the top 10 ranked Ames Little Cyclones they've been in this kind of game early on.
We have not come out like this at all year long. And this is exactly, if you're 1-9 on the road, this is an energy shot to the arm. You feel like you can go against anyone right now.
Gersma down the right side of the paint, pulls up floater off the front of the iron, no good. Niehaus pushed out of there. Outlet Ion Harris. He'll bring it up the floor. Guarded by Gersma up top. Swing pass over to the left wing to Jack Lampy. A crossover move, dumps it in to the big man Watkins. Senior will dump it back out to the left wing, and they'll reverse it over to the right wing. Three again off the left side of the iron, no good for Kurtz. Ball out of bounds. And I believe a foul's going to come in on Davion Hopkins. That'll be his first foul of the night. Reach-in foul on the rebound. And 3:28 to go in the first quarter. Bobcats still scoreless against Iowa City High.
Yeah, a couple different turnovers. Cats only turn it over 10 times a game. Uncharacteristic.
Kyle Smith trapped on the right wing, throws it away. Hopkins comes up with a steal, outlet to Kurtz. Kurtz hesitates on the layup, and he's going to be fouled by Drake Gersma, who will pick up his first foul of the night, and that is free throws for Coden Kurtz. 61% free throw shooter on the season. 17 of 28 on the year.
Yeah, and if you're the Cats, you just hope everything regresses to the mean. Iowa City High likes to score it more than the Hawks. They won a game up around the 60-point mark, about 10 points more than the Hawks, as Kurtz misses the first. But right now, the Cats are just getting ran to death and not being effective in the half court whatsoever, turning the ball over, lazy cross-court passes. They're getting baited into those.
Second free throw is good, so Kurtz will split him at the line. He has 7 of the 15 for Iowa City High. Bobcats looking for their first bucket of the night. Gersma gets it from Hayes, left wing. And now a pass slapped away. Davion Hopkins all over it again. He's been a disruptor on the defensive end early on here for Iowa City. And so Jacob Hayes will inbound it right by the Hawk bench. As we saw Damian Segovia checking out of the game. Gavin Mishek is checked in. Bobcats have a pass tipped. It goes to Hayes, and he will miss the three as it skims off the iron, and Watkins hauls in the rebound. Still scoreless. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, down 15-0.
In a 1-3-1, especially one that's extended, that shot will be open all night long. You have to knock it down or you're not going to beat Iowa City High.
Hopkins, free throw line, gives it back to Watkins. Straight on three, it's an air ball out of bounds.
I would be furious if I saw that shot. For one is...
He will take the threes. Watching some tape of him this year. He not only a big man inside, but outside he loves to take a three now and then.
And I wouldn't be furious because he shot the shot, but it was not in rhythm. You're up 15-0. You want to keep it going.
Hayes trapped in the corner. He tried to get it away. Had nowhere to go except to try to go to Niehaus. It's tipped out of bounds by Jack Lampy. Damian Segovia, the freshman, with a quick breather. He'll replace Gavin Mishek with 2:22 first quarter. Still scoreless for the Cats, 15-0. Iowa City with the lead. Inbound to Niehaus. Flips it Up to the left wing to Gersma. Gersma down the paint, and he'll kick out. Kyle Smith left wide open, but no, it's off the back of the iron. Watkins with a rebound. Flip out to Lampy. Almost fouled at midcourt by Niehaus, and he'll settle things down. Now over to Jack Rogers. He's got a quick trigger. 3 right wing is no good. He loves to shoot the 3 anytime he gets the ball in space, and he's not able to convert that time. Bobcats back in the front court. Under 2 minutes to go first quarter. Segovia, left wing, hesitates over to Jacob Hayes. Now to Kyle Smith at the top of the key. Back to Segovia. Free throw line, he'll drive. Now Niehaus left wide open on the left block, and he'll put it off the glass. And finally, the Bobcats into the scoring column. 15-2 Iowa City into the front court with Coden Kurtz.
Great job by Segovia looking off the defender and find Jamison Niehaus.
Watkins left wing tried to one-hand catch the pass. It was almost out of bounds, but he saved it, got it to Hopkins, and now in the far side corner to Lampy, who almost throws it away, but Hopkins gathers it, drives, and he almost has his pocket pick, flips one up off the glass, it's no good, gets his own miss, rebound, put back no good, gets it again, and Gersma picks up his second foul of the night. And no, it's going to be on Hopkins. Yeah. It looked like in position it might have been on Gersma, but it was Hopkins with the foul. Yeah. Good offensive play there to finally settle down and get the first one of the night.
Yeah, nice little look off by Segovia, but it kind of has that feel. All right, if you can get back-to-back buckets, really for the Cats, if they can just get a shot to fall from perimeter, because they've got those corners open. Now if they can probe on the inside too.
Bobcats really struggling with the zone defense here tonight. Segovia, nearly trapped, gets it over to the far side corner. Kyle Smith handing his face 3s off the front of the iron.
And that's Segovia's doing a really good job of probing the middle and getting good looks.
Harris brings it up the court, flips one up in front of the paint, in front of the hoop. It's no good. Kyle Smith with the rebound. Over to Segovia. Bounce pass up to Hayes, right wing. Trying to look free throw line to Kyle Smith. He'll get it there. Now he kicks out to Mishek. Near side corner. 3 from the southpaw is good. And the first one of the night for Gavin Mishek. It's been a while since he's dropped one from downtown, but finally does it right there, right before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, and this could be a big game for Gavin if he's locked in, because there's going to be opportunities for shooters.
Bounce pass into the paint. It's fumbled away. Iowa City has it. 7 seconds to go. 3 from way out. It's no good by Harris. Putback is no good. Jacob Hayes hauls in the rebound, and that's how we head to the second quarter. 15-5 Iowa City. Mishek trying to get the Cats back into it in 4A postseason play on KFJB-TV.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders. Just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at VanWyckWoodBuilders.com.
Back inside the Roundhouse, time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan?
All these are at the end of the first. Nevada 13, Hoover 8, Pella 20. Fairfield 14, North Polk over Hampton Dumont Caledonia 19-4, Ankeny Centennial 12, Fort Dodge 5.
Hawks lead the Cats after one, 15-5. Iowa City with the basketball to begin the quarter. Rogers fakes a 3, drives in, floats one up, it's no good. Trying to get over Mishek. Gersma comes away with a loose basketball. Up to the right wing, he's trapped. Has to dribble out of it, now picks up his dribble, gets it to Kyle Smith off of his head and a turnover.
Drake's got to do a much better job picking it up in the dead corner. Use the timeout. That's the one thing in a game like this when you're already down 10. I'd rather use a timeout than turnover.
Watkins has checked out of the game for Iowa City. Something to keep an eye on here. Jack Rogers, left wing, drops it in to Jack Lampy. Back to Rogers.
Rogers collides with his own teammate and Joe Bird. Over the right wing. Shot clock running out at 7. Oh, a backdoor cut. Good play by Bird. Making him look like Larry Bird right there for 2.
Yeah, and it looked like instead of just hedging, Jacob Hayes came out and switched while Kyle Smith was too late on the switch.
Gersma at the top of the key. Over to Kyle Smith, right wing, looking inside. Skip pass, over to Hayes. Extra pass to Mishek, looking for his second. It's off the front of the iron. Offensive rebound by Kyle Smith. It's poked away by Harris. It'll stay with the Cats with 6:41. Second quarter, Cats trailing 17-5. Watkins back into the game. He'll replace Jack Lampe.
Yeah, he took a minute and a half at the end of the first, minute and a half into the second, trying to get that 3-minute break.
Inbound to Kyle Smith, finds Mishek, backdoor, left block. It's off the glass. Mishek with 5 on the night.
Yeah, this is a Mishek kind of night. It's very similar to that initial Fort Dodge game where everyone's got all their eyes on Kyle Smith, Drake Gersma, and Jacob Hayes.
Free throw line, a hop, step, and a jump for Foley. Kicks it out left wing. Over to Bird. Bird hesitates, drives against the freshman Schoenfelder. Watkins gets a pass. He has to gather it in. Kicks it out to Bird. 3. Boom. Wow. 5 points for Bird coming off the bench. 20-7 Iowa City.
They're shooting 29% from 3 on the year, but not tonight.
Mishek trapped in the corner, throws it away. Ion Harris will take it up all by himself. He hops down to the left block, kicks it back. Jack Rogers 3, and it skips off the iron. Hayes with a rebound. Clears it out to Gersma to bring it across the Bobcat script and the timeline.
Over the last 4 minutes, Cats have done a lot better job on the offensive boards.
Skip pass over to Kyle Smith, far side corner, guarded by Watkins, drives in, kicks out, Mishek open again, off the back of the iron. Watkins leans over and grabs the rebound away from the Cats, clears it out to Ion Harris, who's into the front court. They've got the height and their zone defense very good here tonight against the Cats.
Well, and it looks, when you don't make corner threes against this defense, it's going to look elite, because that's the shot that's open.
Watkins down to left block, leans against Hayes, and Hayes will pick up the foul. Watkins will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight on the season for Watkins, a 66% free throw shooter.
Down 13, this might seem crazy, but I do feel like over the last few minutes, the Cats have settled down. It's really going to come down to, they've done a much better job on the defensive boards as Watkins misses the first. It's going to come down to getting open threes down, but also getting the ball into the lane, either being able to finish at the rim or find ways to kick out to the corners.
Watkins at the line for his second one. Quick thought on that, though. I've seen, and this is what happens with the Cats when they face zone defenses that have been good against them. They pick up the dribble in the bad spots and almost do themselves more harm by getting double-teamed quickly. Watkins misses both free throws, but the ball is fumbled away by the Cats, and Watkins has it on the left wing. Down to the left block, he'll force the issue again, but he traveled, yes. Official raised 2 fingers. I thought he was saying free throws.
So did I.
Then he goes, oh no, travel. So
I thought he was saying there was 2 shots.
Yeah. 20-7, 4:50 to go. Kyle Smith catches the ball, drives, dishes, underhand, and Niehaus gets his shot blocked by Watkins, who does that twice a game on average. Kurtz will bring it into the front court, picked up by the freshman Segovia. Lampe, left wing, drops it in. Watkins over top of 2 Cats, Niehaus and Hayes. And Watkins eating them alive inside.
Yeah, and the fact is, Niehaus on this end, you're never going to make that layup.
Smith, left corner 3 is no good. And quickly in transition, here come the Hawks. Oh boy, Gersma got a elbow to the neck right there by Ion Harris. No foul called, and they'll back it out at the top of the key to set up the offense. Watkins, left wing, drives the left high post. Jumper's no good as he fades back on it against Hayes. Smith with a rebound, outlet to Hayes. He goes down to the right block, has to stop, kicks it back to Kyle Smith. That's his spot, and he drops it in for a 3 from the right wing, his first bucket of the night.
Great job by Jacob Hayes, knowing that he had Watkins to settle down, wait for Kyle kick out, and as you see the senior to senior, as he turns around, finds Kyle Smith, who knocks it down, nothing but net. Cats down 12.
75th three of the season for Kyle Smith. We step aside. Timeout on the floor on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
I'm Jamison Niehaus. This is your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
First round of Class 4A, Substate 4 inside the Roundhouse. Bobcats trailing by 12 with 3:46 to go before halftime. Kyle Smith finally heating up. Got a 3 to go on the right wing just a moment ago, and the feed from Jacob Hayes after the Bobcats were able to get the ball away from the Hawks. And so the Bobcats in playoff action here tonight seem like not only the zone defense, but a little bit of nerves being the home team in this one. Bobcats went on the road and knocked off a 4th seed in Mason City a year ago and then lost eventually to Linn-Mar. Both these two teams will match up. The winner of this game will play Cedar Falls on the road Friday night.
Yeah, you look at the Cats really struggled with that initial pressing 1-3-1, as you've said, and you're correct. They've struggled with this on a few occasions this year. They've seemed to settle down a little bit here in the second quarter.
Right wing, Coden Kurtz gets it. Near side corner. 3 by Bird is no good. Niehaus with the rebound.
And anytime Watkins doesn't shoot the ball, it's a win, in my opinion.
Kyle Smith, near side corner, gets it, double teamed, steps through the pressure, finds Segovia, back door, wide open. The freshman lays it in off the glass for his first bucket of the night. 10-point game with 3 to go before halftime.
Segovia could have stuck in the corner, but it did a great job of coming to the block for the easy layup. Great step through by Kyle as well.
Yeah, it seems like we've said that so many times this year about Segovia. Yeah. Right place, right time. Lampy inside, off the glass, the old-fashioned way. He has 4 on the night, 24-12. 2.5 minutes to go. Kyle Smith, near side corner. Trapped, he has a dribble, he can use it. Fumbles it away. Niehaus picks up the loose basketball. Up and under, he's going to be bumped by Bird, and Bird is going to pick up his first foul of the night for Iowa City, which sends Jamison Niehaus to the line, 50% on the season. Of course, Jamison did not play in the front half of the season. He started his season back in January, just 6 of 12 at the line this year. And he'll rattle home the first one. Of course, dealing with the knee injury coming in and sitting out the month of December, has really started to pick up his play over the last couple of weeks, which we've said about almost everybody on this team.
Yeah, he's also been a little bit more of an offensive-minded, able to make stuff happen as he knocks down both. He's been able to defend all 5 positions. He can rebound. He can go against guys 3-4 inches taller than him, rebound with him. He's been a very important piece for the Cats.
And if you love traditional basketball, yes, his layups are two-handed most times.
Yes. Yeah, and I was literally watching a college game yesterday, and they were talking about a guy. Oh, he's a coach's dream. He jumps off 2 feet. You gotta love it. I was like, yep.
That's Jamison Niehaus to a tee. A hold on the Bobcats. Jacob Hayes on a drive by Watkins down the left side of the paint. Hawks will inbound, baseline right side, and on the inbound play, a hold on Jamison Niehaus as he was guarding Watkins.
And that's going to be, I believe, the 4th team foul. Is that going to be the 3rd team foul?
Inbound to Watkins. A leaner over top Niehaus on the inbound play, and Watkins has 8.
Any shot that's not that shot, in my opinion, is a win for the Cats, because Iowa City High knocked down a few threes early, but they've been inefficient everywhere else recently.
Gersma out high. Double teamed as they step out on him. Schoenfelder had his pass knocked away. Lampy has it in the backcourt. Picked up by Coden Kurtz.
Over to Ion Harris down the right side of the paint, getting past Gersma, but Niehaus rips away the rebound and outlet to Kyle Smith. No numbers, it's a 1-on-3. Right wing, he'll slow it down, give it back to Gersma at the top of the key. Drives free throw line, and on the pass out to Kyle Smith, who drops in the 3. Drake Gersma is fouled, and it was on the floor, and so it'll be Bobcat basketball along the baseline, as that foul will be the first of the night on Jack Rogers.
Yeah, you look at this Cats, they've started to pick it up a little bit here in the second quarter. If they can get this thing under double digits, you're going to feel pretty good.
Currently down by 12. 1:20 to go before the break. There's Mount High directing the offense. Schoenfelder gets it right wing. Guarded by Lampe, who tries to swipe it away. Niehaus flips it over to Gersma. Kyle Smith off a screen out high. He'll take the 3 straight on, and it's good. Dead center for Kyle Smith, his second 3 of the quarter. 26-17.
You could see it out of his hands. That was in. The sights are locked in. It looked pure. Perfect form. Nice touch.
Kyle Smith knocks away a pass intended for Watkins. Schoenfelder doesn't feel the pressure. He has to pick up his dribble. Flips it to Niehaus. Now to Gersma on the right block. And he'll dribble it out to the right wing. Now to Segovia. Right wing 3. It's tipped. And it looked like Lampe got a hand on that. And the freshman can't convert. So 30 seconds to go, and the shot clock is off as Kurtz will bring it into the front court.
And that's one of those big possessions. Now instead of getting a good shot, you now let them, he was almost on that end line there.
Yeah, you make that 3. It's a 6-point game before halftime. You feel much different about it. Right now, a 9-point game, 11 on the shot clock. A drive in, floater off the glass is good by Coden Kurtz. Bobcats have 5 seconds to go. Gersma will bring it up the court. 2 seconds, 1 second, time running out. Gersma fading away off the back of the iron, no good. And we head to halftime. Iowa City High leads by 11. Bobcats trying to get back into it. Kyle Smith with 6 points at halftime. 28-17. Iowa City leads Marshalltown on KFJB-TV.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
When you're craving something quick, tasty, and satisfying, think your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. From hot made-to-order favorites like burgers, chicken strips, and fries to the Dairy Queen classics you love, blizzards, cones, sundaes, and shakes. Be sure to check out the monthly featured treats and limited-time favorites, always giving you something new to try. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a sweet treat, just because. Your Marshalltown Dairy Queens has you covered. 2 convenient locations, South Center Street and North 3rd Avenue in Marshalltown, where happy tastes good every day.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit visionsource-marshalltowneyecare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
Looking for a financial partner that puts you first? At Lennox Employees Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're part of your team. From low-interest loans and great savings rates to personalized service you can trust, we're here to help you reach your goals. Join the credit union that understands what matters most, because we're built by employees for employees. Stop by Lennox Employees Credit Union today at 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, or visit lennoxecu.com to get started. Lennox Employees Credit Union, where your success is our mission. Member NCUA.
The Halftime Report, powered by Scouting America. Adventure on.
There's 16 minutes of play. Bobcats trailing 28-17 at halftime. Leading scorer for the Bobcats, Kyle Smith. All 6 of his points coming there in the second quarter after just 5 points in the first quarter as a team for the Bobcats.
Yeah, it really came down to they had a couple nice looks, but they were 0 for 4 out of their first, and a lot of it, and then you see that nice layup there. That's all in the second quarter, but they were struggling not getting the ball knocked away. If Iowa City didn't get them turned over, they at least deflected the basketball, got them out of rhythm, and the Cats really just struggled basically to get into the offensive set, and then they didn't have many opportunities and options once they got there.
Other scores in that first half, Jamison Niehaus with 4, Gavin Mishank with 5, 2 for Damian Segovia. Meanwhile, for the Iowa City Hawks, they're led in that first half by Coden Kurtz, who got hot in the first quarter. He knocked down a couple of threes. He has 9 at the break. Chris Watkins with 8. Jack Lampy with 4. Davion Hopkins, who is good on the defensive end, had 2. And Joseph Bird finishes with 5 there in the first half. What do you think it is about that zone defense that's been such a struggle for the Cats at points this year?
Well, it really comes down to that zone, that thing that takes out to half court. It very much is just in your face. It's like having a toddler. The moment you wake up, they're right in your face. So right when you get past half court, I know you do. And so you have to make a quicker decision than you're used to. And it's almost like just shouting at you. You think, oh my goodness, are there 10 of them? What you have to do there is get rid of the basketball before that trap comes to you and look to that free throw line, look to attack the rim, because that 1-3-1, especially when they extend it outside the three-point line, once you get over that initial wave, you're going to have a 4-on-3, a 3-on-2, a 2-on-1. You're going to have numbers.
Coming up on our halftime, all powered by Scouting America Mid-Iowa Council. We'll get a scoreboard update as playoffs underway around the state of Iowa in Class 4A. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
I didn't really have much growing up, but I did have a mom. And she gave me a strong foundation. She signed me up for Scouts. I quickly fell in love with the outdoors. Showed me how to take responsibility, how to work with other people, and how to become a leader. That made me a better athlete on the field. Scouting made me the man I am today.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Sandvik Enterprises of Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you. Scooters of Marshalltown. Amazing people, amazing drinks. Members First Community Credit Union. Financially empowering Central Iowa. And Sports Plus. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Back inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse, where the Bobcats trail 28-17 at halftime. Time for a regional scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what they can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines.
Thank you, Brooks, for providing these scores at halftime. Center Point Urbana 28, Grinnell 18. Des Moines Christian 16, Newton 13. Lewis Central 38, Des Moines Lincoln 23. Pella Dutch 43, Fairfield 21. Again, all these are at halftime. Ankeny Centennial 29, Fort Dodge 12, Nevada 35, Des Moines Hoover 14. And then you have North Polk 33, Hampton Dumont Cal 21. And the final one, Valley 30, Iowa City West 24, and that's at half.
Valley, what, 2 wins this year?
Yeah, last time I checked, they were 1-17. If they won the season cap, they might have got their second win of the year, yeah.
Anyway, 28-17 again is our score at the break, as we will talk about the keys to the second half in this one between the Hawks and the Cats on KFJB-TV.
Health powers life. From the delightfully routine to the truly uncharted, and the unexpected can happen in a heartbeat. Mercy One offers the latest cardiovascular treatment options, leading-edge clinical research trials, and the region's top cardiologists and surgeons. Count on our experts for the most advanced therapies and personalized care, ensuring you're ready no matter what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Yes, those are chicken tenders. And yes, they're on a plate with your favorite Pizza Ranch items. Which means, yes, chicken tenders are now available at Pizza Ranch buffets. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
The Halftime Report, powered by Scouting America. Adventure on.
Welcome back inside the Roundhouse. Dylan, your key to the second half for the Bobcats to come back in this one.
Well, really, you're looking at it as Jacob Hayes and Drake Gersma have no points. They have not scored, so it's going to come down offensively. The Cats have done a better job. You're going to have to look to swing the basketball, get it to the free throw line, and then kick it to the corner where Jacob Hayes and Kyle Smith are going to have to knock down threes. Drake's going to have to be able to get into the lane to be able to create. Defensively, anything that is not Watkins around the lane with a layup or with a shot off the left side, I think that's a good shot. So force Iowa City to take those types of shots and then only allow one opportunity to get that rebound and go.
That'll wrap up halftime coverage, all brought to you by Scouting America, Mid-Iowa Council.
Eat at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and support the Bobcats when you order the Bobcat Burger. 2 juicy quarter-pound beef patties stacked with crispy bacon, sautéed onions, and a mouth-watering blend of American, cheddar, Jack, and Swiss cheeses, all on a toasted bun with fresh shredded lettuce. And here's the best part. $1 from every Bobcat burger sold goes to Marshalltown High School activities. Satisfy your burger craving and support the Bobcats at the same time. Only at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, mtownproud.com, Wayward Social, the place for bowling, games, food, and more. Van Wyck Wood Builders, storage sheds, garages, and more. And Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, helping you pursue your financial goals.
Bobcats with a basketball to open up the second half, trailing 28-17. Kyle Smith, right wing, three, it goes! His third of the night! How about that start at a halftime? Cuts it down to 8.
Yeah, you could just tell he started to lock in. You could feel just the way the shot was going. Everything is locked and loaded.
Lampy, left wing, picks up his dribble. Kicks it back, top of the key to Kurtz. Well, the Bobcats, sometimes this year, they've been more of a second-half team as well. You look at last week against Des Moines North, they outscored North 26-5 in the third quarter. I don't expect that to happen here tonight, but just they do have the ability. Inside, shot clock violation, buzzer's going off. How was that not stopped as Bobcats, in the end, will get the basketball?
And one thing you see right away, the Cats have done a couple small little things on the offensive side, even passing it back and forth before the timeline on the first possession.
Now backdoor cut for Jacob Hayes. Misses the shot, gets his own miss, and put back. It's no good on the second chance. And Hayes almost had his first bucket of the night.
He is pressing. You can tell on both shots, just pressing a little bit. You love the intensity and the intentionality so far.
Ion Harris gives it to a jumping Watkins, and Watkins going to be pushed. And I believe it's going to be on Jamison Niehaus, his second foul of the night. And it will be baseline left side for Iowa City High.
Yeah, you can see just there's at least one or two defenders sucking in on Watkins every single time. They almost could have got him for a push-off there.
Niehaus and Watkins both hit the deck on the backside of the inbound play. Coden Kurtz gets it right wing. High points the basketball, now dribbles against Segovia. Spins around. Segovia still on him. Now kicks it to Watkins. Watkins baseline drive. Kicks it out to Hopkins, and a foul.
That's a weak call. That is a weak call.
Davion Hopkins was starting a drive as he got it at the free throw line. And the foul is the third of the night on Jacob Hayes, as he'll be replaced by the freshman Lars Schoenfelder.
So where it had to come from is on the initial catch. Jacob still had his hand on him, but once he went for the drive, he let off. I'm surprised that was called.
Inbound goes to Hopkins. Left wing drives against Schoenfelder. Kicks it back out. Near side corner, Lampy, 3. Off the left side of the iron. Watkins tips it back, though. And Watkins has 10 on the night.
Yeah, if you're just going to look at the rim and not make sure he's boxed out, he's going to kill you, and we're going to lose by 12.
Gersmount high, fumbles the pass, gathers it in. One-handed pass over to Segovia. Left wing 3. The freshman will knock it down. His first of the night. Segovia with 5. 30-23. 5.5 minutes to go, third quarter.
Well, and that's the big deal with the Cats. If you're going to get a bunch of open looks, there's just a bunch of dudes that can shoot the basketball.
Kyle Smith has a shot over him by Jack Lampy. It's no good off the back of the iron. Gersma with the outlet. He'll bring it up the floor. Now goes into the paint. His leaner is off the left side of the hook. Kind of opened up. I think he thought there was going to be some pressure, and nothing was there. And now bringing it up the floor, Davion Hopkins steps out of bounds on the far sideline. A turnover back to the Bobcats, and now a timeout by Iowa City High. At a halftime, it's a 6-2 run for the Cats. Segovia, the freshman, knocking it down. Cats trying to play comeback in playoff action in 4A.
Scooter's Coffee is going bananas, literally. Treat yourself to banana bread hot or iced lattes, creamy latte blenders, and fresh banana bread muffins. Need something refreshing? Sip a berry spritz soda, light, bubbly, and perfect any time of day. Craving cozy? Try salted caramel waffle lattes, hot or iced, or a smooth sea salt caramelicious as a latte, cold brew, or blender. And don't forget the French toasty sandwich, warm, sweet, and satisfying. Plus, Cinnalicious drinks are here for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
I'm Jacob Hayes. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
7-point game inside the Roundhouse. Head coach Bill McTaggart, second year leading the boys program. He used to lead the girls program. Spent 23 years in that spot. Won a state title. Boy, he's trying to turn this Iowa City High basketball program around. He calls that timeout after the Cats with a 6-2 run out of halftime.
Yeah, and the Cats, it could be more. They've missed a couple point-blank layups. But you can see that the Cats have settled down. They're starting to knock down shots.
Schoenfelder gets it in the front court, kicks it over to Kyle Smith. Boom! Another one, his fourth of the night. Kyle Smith with 12, and it's a 4-point game.
And this game, it is so funny how easy it is. It just comes down to one simple thing. Can you do it or not?
Hopkins from the right wing, dribbles into the paint, kicks to Watkins at the top, guarded by Niehaus. Kicks it over to left wing to Kurtz. Kurtz against Segovia. Flips it to Lampy. Bounce pass over to Hopkins, far side. Hopkins hesitates, drives against Kyle Smith, pulls up in front of the hoop, and knocks down his second bucket of the night. He has 4.
And he's almost like a fullback there. Did a great job of getting right in front of the rim with his strength and a nice feathery touch.
Schoenfelder kicks it over to Segovia. Kyle Smith, right wing 3 is no good, but an offensive rebound by Niehaus. Gersma faked the 3, gets it to Kyle Smith at the top of the key. Double covered, and he'll pass it to Segovia. Now Gersma fakes left, drives inside, loses it as he spins. Lampy comes up with a turnover. He'll bring it up court himself. A little 1-on-2. He flips it back, now near side. Ian Harris 3, dead center.
Yeah, we had the best view in the house for that one. That thing was right on line the moment it went out of his hands.
Bobcats struggle to get it over the midcourt line. Now get it to Schoenfelder. Schoenfelder's pass knocked near the student section. It'll stay with the red and blue with 3:30, and the clock continues to count. And the official from the near side will blow his whistle, and they'll reset the clock here as it continued after the ball went out of bounds. But Kyle Smith has knocked down a couple threes here in the second half. Segovia has knocked down 1.
trying to hang around, but it's still a 9-point game.
Yeah, Iowa City High has done a nice job of, settling down, getting it back up to 9. The Cats have had 5 different passes on that wing when they're trying to get to the corner, just knocked away. Lars has had a couple of those knocked away. You've got to ball fake it.
Inbound to Gersma. Down to Niehaus at the top of the key. Back to Gersma. He'll feed it way out high. He's direct to the offense. Now gets it to Schoenfelder. Looking to bounce it inside. Kicks over to Kyle Smith, left wing. Now back to Schoenfelder. A little give and go. Schoenfelder falling away. Hit on the arm. No foul called. Ion Harris has it. He'll bring it up the floor. Hopkins inside. Leader it goes, and a foul. Yeah, that was a push from behind on the Cats. And the foul will come in on Lars Schoenfelder, the freshman, his first of the night. And this will send Davion Hopkins to line for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Lars had a couple back-to-back tough calls down there. Coach Apple is very angry about the contact down there. He's letting anybody know it. But really on the offensive end, Lars fell away. You can never fall away from contact. Go through it, make them call the foul.
Hopkins, the and one, is no good. He came into the game an 89% free throw shooter. Can't convert on the three-point play. It's 37-26, though. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mishek has checked in. He'll pass it over to Kyle Smith, and Davion Hopkins knocks it into the student section, and Mishek will inbound.
That is such a great defensive play there. Just knock it out of bounds. Just get the offense out of rhythm. No, it's not a steal, but a half a dozen times Iowa City High has been able to knock away that perimeter pass to the corner.
Chris Watkins with a reach-in from behind on Damian Segovia. He'll pick up his second foul of the night. Inbound, they play it over to Segovia. Cuts down to the right block. Leaner, no good. Hopkins with a rebound. Outlet to Harris. Up the far side across the Bobcat script. He'll bring it to the top of the key, guarded by Gersma.
Yeah, Iowa City High, you can't say enough about how they just kind of weathered the storm a little bit.
Watkins drives inside, loses it off of his left hip. Here goes Kyle Smith in transition. Drives inside, cut off by Kurtz. Kicks it back to Segovia. Drives down to the right block. Leader, no, it can't go. Niehaus tried to tip it out of there, but Ion Harris comes away with it again. Up court to Kurtz, left wing. Dribbles now against Segovia. And backs it way out high to reset the offense. 2:05 to go, third quarter. And a three from straight on. It's a brick. No good by Kurtz. And the Bobcats come away with the rebound. And into the front court, Bobcats have it. Hitting the deck as Jamison Niehaus' timeout is called by head coach Mike Apple. 1:56 to go, third quarter. Cats down by 11 at home inside the Roundhouse in the Class 4A Substate 4 playoffs.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
37-26, our score up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard in Class 4A, Substate 4. First round action, Bobcats, the number 4 seed, Iowa City High, the 5 seed. Head coach Mike Apple taking a timeout right there. What are you telling your team?
I think you're really coming down to you have got to settle down offensively. We're not going to just shoot threes. Continue to attack, look at the rim, look to create off of that. And then defensively, you have just got to stay home and limit second chance opportunities.
Bobcats inbound to Segovia out of the timeout. Bounce pass back to Gersma. Skips it over to Hayes. Baseline right side. He will drive, cut off. And a foul on Jack Rogers. And that'll be number 2 of the night. on him. So baseline right side, Bobcats will inbound with Drake Gersma.
And they have consistently called that hand check off of drives. That's where you'd like to see if the Cats might be a little bit more aggressive.
Backdoor for Hayes on the inbound, but it's swatted away by Watkins. And they'll run the floor. Ion Harris drives inside, and now Niehaus will pick up a cheap foul. Third on him. Ion Harris driving in. He'll go to line for 2. Niehaus with a bad foul right there. Obviously, you don't want him to have an easy layup, but Harris, a 73% free throw shooter on the season, drops in the first of 2 to come here. His first trip of to the free throw stripe tonight.
Yeah, Cats over there, as Watkins we talked about, it's an inside job, and it wasn't so much about scoring off the block. It was about second chance opportunities and being able to contest shots. He has 2 big blocks tonight.
Harris knocks down both. 39-26. 137 and counting. Third quarter here for Hayes. He gives it back to Segovia. The Bobcats rotated around the perimeter. Outside to Schoenfelder. Kicks back to Kyle Smith. Threes. He loads up. Is good again. Kyle Smith with 3 threes here in the third, trying to keep the Bobcats in this one single-handedly.
This looks like playing a game of 2K with the Warriors, doing whatever you can to get Steph Curry a wide-open 3. That's what the Cats are doing.
15 for Kyle Smith here tonight. Now Schoenfelder forces a turnover. Segovia has it. He'll run the floor, but he's picked from behind by Jack Lampy. Out of bounds on the baseline on Iowa City. It will stay with the Cats as we take a look at our Tyler Prashong State Farm replay. MTownProud.com. Kyle Smith with 15. It's all threes tonight, 5 of them.
Yeah, and you're almost amazed that the Cats are only down 10 with Drake Gersma and Jacob Hayes have 0 points combined tonight.
Hand in his face. It's 6. It goes. Kyle Smith, left wing.
That kid can shoot. He can shoot.
7-point game. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Watkins, free throw line. Segovia tries to tip it away. Outlet to Harris. Threes off the front of the iron, but a backside rebound. Nobody boxed out Rogers. He has it. Second life for Iowa City in their offense.
Yeah, and they're able to basically, there's a difference of about 0.2. Lars Schoenfelder stumbled and it allowed Rogers to go over top of him. Cats have to get a defensive stop here.
Harris out high. Dribbles to the left wing. Picked up by Schoenfelder. Gives it over to the left wing to Rogers. Rogers dribbles out to the top of the key. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Trying to step through. Threes on the way, and it's in and out. No good. And we go to the fourth quarter. Bobcats doing all they can to hang around. They're down at home in playoff action in 4A, but Kyle Smith with 6 threes on the night, leading the Cats to the fourth.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at VanWyckWoodBuilders.com. We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Heading to the fourth quarter, time to get a scoreboard update. All brought to you by Central State Bank.
At the end of 3, North Polk 54, Hampton Dumont Cal 40, Pella 60, Fairfield 25 in the third, Nevada up 20 over Hoover in the third, Centennial up by 23 at the end of third over Fort Dodge, and Dallas Center Grimes up 62-18 over Ottumwa at halftime.
Through 3 quarters of play, 39-32, Iowa City High with the lead on your Bobcats. Backdoor play, left block, it's no good. Watkins fed, and Watkins comes up and cleans up the Lampy miss with a putback for 2. Meanwhile, Jacob Hayes
and Drake Gersma scoreless here tonight. Hayes averages 13, Gersma with 11. Both scoreless here tonight. Hayes near side corner, finds his first bucket of the night. 3 near side corner, 41-35. Cats now within 6.
Yeah, Jacob Hayes in pregame warm-up looked at me and says, I found my three-point shot. He did right there.
Lampy feeds Watkins free throw line. Kurtz kicks it out. Far side corner to Hopkins. Now back to Watkins. And a charge is going to be called. Damian Segovia was manned up on Watkins, the big man, and you want to talk about giving up some height. Watkins at 6'6". Segovia, the freshman, 5'7" on a good day?
Yeah, he says he's 5'7". I am taller than him by at least an inch. McTaggart, he's tried to bait that call all year, and I think that's about the first time he's gotten that call.
Inside. Segovia. Give it up to the other freshman. And Lars Schoenfelder, who drives down the right side of the paint, and he's fouled inside. It's going to be number 3 on Davion Hopkins here tonight. And it sends Schoenfelder, who at times has been very quiet offensively this season, of course, battled through a shoulder injury. But a big moment right there to create some offense in a much-needed spot. And he knocks down the first free throw, a 50% free throw shooter on the season, 8 of 16. Cuts it to 41-36. Second free throw to come, and he cuts it down to a 4-point game.
He looked like an 85% free throw shooter right there.
Took a deep breath before that second free throw, Dylan. 6:40 to go, fourth quarter. Cats try to come back inside the roundhouse. Catch and shoot off the feed. Harris near side 3 is no good. Bobcats scrambling around. There was a push on Schoenfelder, fading out of bounds, but he saves it. Bobcats with the rebound. Up to Kyle Smith, left wing. Back to Gersma at the top of the key. Now skip pass over to Hayes. Drives baseline, pulls up. Mid-range is good. Jacob Hayes with 5 in the quarter. 2-point game, 41-39. 6:09 and counting. Here's Hopkins on a drive. Kicks out and a drive down to the left block. A foul called as Lampy put it up. He got the late feed from Hopkins down to the left block. The shot did not go. It rolled off the rim, and it's on Jacob Hayes. That'll be number 4 on him. And a timeout on the floor by Iowa City High. Well, the Hawks are 7-14 coming into this one. Bobcats 14-7, but throw out the records in postseason play. We have a 2-point game when we come back to the Roundhouse with 6 minutes to go on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
My name is Gavin Mishek, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
41-39, Bobcats coming alive here in the fourth quarter with a 6-0 run. Jacob Hayes, or 7-0 run as Lars Schoenfelder made both of his free throws.
They say he pushed. In no way. You can jump straight up, and he came into him. In no way did that look like a foul on Jacob Hayes.
So here's a look at the Tyler Pashong State Farm replay. Hayes was pretty much straight up, but when he was bumped into by Jack Lampy,
he dropped
the arms
his hands.
Came in there.
But he never touched him with the arms. That's the big thing. It was all in the chest.
Lampy at the free throw line. First one is rattled in. It's good. As Lampy on the year, a 43% free throw shooter. The middle school students down there making all the noise as Lampy shoots into all the action. Off the back of the iron, no good. And we have a lane violation. And it's going to be on Jamison Niehaus. I didn't see out of the corner of my eye. It looked like somebody left a little bit early right there.
Yeah, he's trying to work his darndest to get inside of Watkins.
Second free throw, a do-over for Lampy. And this time it's still no good, but a rebound by Hopkins as it rebounds out to him on the far side. Ion Harris, spin move inside, off the glass for two.
A three-point possession for Iowa City High. Every time the Cats throw a haymaker, Iowa City High has been able to respond.
Gersma picks up his dribble in a bad spot out high. Now Segovia, his pass tipped away. Lampy comes up with the turnover. Up to Ion Harris. Bobcats trying to catch up. Gersma gets a piece of the shot. Ion Harris, and now the two will be separated. A little bit of frustration there as the turnover amounts to a free throw for Harris, as a foul will come in on Drake Gersma. That'll be number 2 on him tonight.
And Drake's just got to be frustrated all around, all over the place. Has not scored, has struggled tonight.
Officials still getting the action and making sure Harris and Gersma not chatting, as Harris knocks down the first one.
He has 8 all in the second half here, as Iowa City High, after it shrinking down, has got it now down, have scored the last 4 points to make it a 6-point lead.
And the second free throw is good by Ion Harris. 7-point game with 5.5 minutes to go. Gersma will bring the ball into the front court. Over to Segovia, left wing. Guarded by Harris. Looks to Kyle Smith at the top. Over to Gersma. And back to Kyle Smith off his screen. Left wing, and looking for a 7-3. It skims off the iron, and Watkins comes away with a rebound. Niehaus had a chance at it, couldn't get it. Harris in transition up to the right wing, and he'll pull it back.
You just need a stop. Cats just need a stop, settle down, and execute, get buckets. Doesn't have to be threes.
Free throw line to Watkins. He dropped the shoulder and went into Hayes. And now Niehaus will pick up a foul away from the ball as it was coming out to the near side corner. And head coach Mike Apple pleading his case to the officials as well, saying that happened down on the other end. Inbound pass to Watkins. Watkins trying to go up with it against Niehaus, and it's missed. Off the iron and off the front, or off the back of the glass and off the front of the iron. It's no good for Watkins. Bobcats with a rebound. Into the front court with Gersma. Drives to the right wing, hands off to Segovia. Now Hayes finds Kyle Smith, backdoor. Pass to Kyle Smith, and the floater is no good. The rebound for Iowa City High.
Yeah, and that's one where you don't try a floater, you never shoot. Maybe grab a dribble, kick it to the other corner there.
Kick out to Harris, drives left side baseline quickly to the rack. Harris, the senior, blows by the Cats for 2, and he's eaten up the Cats here in the fourth quarter. He has 6 in this quarter alone.
Coach Apple has 3 timeouts. Doesn't look like he's going to use one here.
Segovia off a handoff from Hayes. Finds Kyle Smith, right wing. Right high post, gives it over to Jacob Hayes. Now back to Segovia at the top. Now to Kyle Smith, right wing. Drives into the baseline. Flips it underhand to Niehaus. Off the bottom of the backboard. No good.
He lost it on the way up.
This one is in that uh-oh territory right now. 9-point game. Watkins, free throw line. Back to the top to Kurtz. They're going to look to waste some time here. Lampy will have it. Over to Hopkins. Back to Lampy now, dropping into Watkins. Watkins leaner, short. Gets his own miss over Hayes. Putback is no good. And now Kyle Smith is fouled from behind by Jack Lampy.
Watkins missed 2. Cats, it's all about buckets here. You still have over 3 minutes to go. It's about buckets and stops, not necessarily threes.
Inbound to Gersma. That was the first of the night on Lampy. Gersma into the front court. He drives to the free throw line. Scoop and score. Misses it. Off the glass and off the iron, no good. But now Gersma at midcourt steals it back for a moment, but Lampy picks up the loose basketball. Now Segovia with a reach-in foul in the front court will pick up his first foul of the night. And we see a timeout, actually, I believe, before the foul. And so no foul there, just a timeout. Iowa City High will take it with them. 2:51 to go in the roundhouse. 48-39. Iowa City High leads the Bobcats.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
I'm Drake Grisman, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
48-39, Bobcats trailing up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard in the Class 4A Substate 4 first round. Iowa City High with the basketball out of the timeout taken by Bill McTaggart. And a foul by Damian Segovia out high as he'll foul Coden Kurtz off the inbound.
It looks like, I'm not quite sure. It looked like they meant to foul there, and I'm,
that'll be the fourth team foul, so
are
one
they
more.
Looking to extend the game a little bit? Also,
well, the ball, the clock does not stop with the ball going out of bounds, and obviously you see under 2 minutes the game can really get away from you in a hurry if you're not in position to be able to just immediately send them to the free throw line. Watkins inside, throws it away. Segovia comes up with a turnover. At midcourt, he'll bring it into the front court. Over to Drake Gersma. 2:15 to go now. Free throw line to Jacob Hayes. Watkins guarding on him, and a reach-in foul from behind. Davion Hopkins reached in and fouled Jacob Hayes from behind as he was trying to poke it away. Watkins was about ready to come up with the turnover, but that whistle blew, and the foul on Watkins will be his fourth of the night. So Jacob Hayes.
Hopkins. It's on Hopkins.
Yep. I believe that's what I said.
You said Watkins.
Watkins. Fourth of the night in the fourth quarter for Iowa City, team foul-wise. So one more the Bobcats will be shooting.
Watkins has had a great night offensively. Hopkins has been spectacular defensively on Gersma.
Drop it in, Jacob Hayes left block. Hopkins guarding on him. And that is, I believe, going to be on Hopkins. If so, it's his fifth of the night, and he's done.
That's huge.
It's not on him. Oh, yes, it is. 22. And that'll be the fifth on Hopkins. His night is done, as he will check out, and replacing him is Jack Rogers. As Jacob Hayes at the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, Hopkins has been so good defensively. He's been at that point of the attack that has really caused the Cats not to get in any offensive flow.
First free throw for Hayes is up and good.
Hayes really struggled the first 3 quarters, has 6 here in the final frame.
Cuts it to an 8-point game. And a minute 54 to go. And he'll rattle in the second to cut it to a 7-point game. And a timeout would be taken on the floor as Hayes, a 77% free throw shooter. Final 1:54 when we come back inside the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Head coach Mike Apple in his 8th year leading the Bobcats in the huddle with the Cats. And, of course, Jacob Hayes knocked down a couple of big free throws there. Cut it down to a 7-point game. But how do you get those defensive stops right now when it's been a struggle to consistently lock down Watkins? And Ion Harris has really come alive here in the second half.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to extend man-to-man here and just kind of make them work to get into their set.
Jack Rogers at the point, guarded by Jacob Hayes.
Look at them going to Watkins on this block late off a pick and roll.
There's the pick and roll, but they don't find him because the ball's knocked away by Damian Segovia. He comes up with the turnover, gives it to Drake Gersmo, finds Jacob Hayes up floor, and he tries to scoop one under the hoop, but he's caught on the arm, and a foul will be called on Jack Rogers.
That was one of the most athletic moves I've seen Jacob do, and it did not go in, but he kind of caught in no man's land.
That's the kind of move you do when you're throwing it up for a dunk.
Yep, or trying to get two shots.
Yeah. First free throw is good for Jacob Hayes. The second one to come, as I mentioned a moment ago, a 77% free throw shooter on the season. Him and Damian Segovia, the two best to do it at the stripe this season for the Cats. Second one is no good. Rims out right side. Watkins with the rebound. 6-point game with a 1:22 to go, and a foul as the Hawks bringing it up the floor. And the foul will be on the freshman Damian Segovia from behind, which will put Coden Kurtz at the free throw line, a 61% free throw shooter. So far tonight, just 1 of 2 at the line. He had all 9 of his points in the first half, and most of it in the first quarter.
Yeah, those two big threes.
And the free throw is no good off the back of the iron. Now, this is what the Cats want. Missed free throws with the clock stopped. And a 6-point game. Kurt's second one is up and good. So 7-point game. Gersma with the basketball. Over to Segovia, far side corner, drops it in quickly to Hayes. Off the glass, misses it. Watkins rebound. And that was the bucket the Bobcats need. It's a 3-possession game right now.
Yeah, he thought he got bumped, but could not finish.
Jack Rogers into the front court under the midcourt stripe. Hayes bodying him up. And now double teamed. Lampy has it over to Watkins, the big man. Niehaus.
I don't understand playing this out all the way down to 30 seconds. I don't get that at all.
And a timeout on the floor. So no foul on the Bobcats. 43 seconds to go. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Hawks out of the timeout. So maybe the Bobcats are hoping just a turnover here, keep it the same, get a bucket, but still.
This is, again, it's not 2 possessions, it's 3 possessions. Like if this is 2 possessions, we talked a little bit about this a couple weeks ago in that Des Moines East game where Des Moines East was playing it like it was a 1-possession game when it was a 2-possession. I feel like right now a little bit of letting it play out. I think you're playing more what you would do with a 2-possession deficit than a 3.
So the Hawks with the basketball out of the timeout. Jack Rogers will have it near side by the scorer's table. Hayes will guard the inbound man. Segovia guards on Kurtz. Kurtz kicks it over right wing. Now to Watkins. Top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock. A 3 pull up off the top of the glass inside. Kyle Smith comes away with the rebound. He'll bring it up quickly. He is double teamed. Now drives inside. Kicks it out. Hayes right wing 3 on the way. Good! For Jacob Hayes, on fire in the fourth quarter with 11 points. Timeout Cats. 23 seconds to go, 49-45. Look at the Tyler Pashonk State Farm replay. Kyle Smith with great vision to find his buddy in Hayes.
100%. A lot of times when you get in a rush situation like that, you get solo focused on the rim. Kyle doesn't force the layup but looks to the corner, and Jacob Hayes catches it in rhythm and knocks it down.
You press them out of the inbound here?
I think you have to. You have to press. They try to man this last time. This, in my opinion, would be a little bit, if you feel comfortable more with a trap, a full court trap, you go with that. If you don't feel comfortable with it, you deny the inbounds, and once they get it in, you make a foul. You try to deflect the inbounds, but if you don't get it, you got to foul.
Turnovers, feels like at this point, maybe you're only saving grace.
Well, that or missed free throws, and that's where missed free throws are as good as a turnover. And Iowa City has been hit or miss from the line. They have not been locked and loaded. Watkins has missed 2. Kurtz has missed 2. Hopkins, who fouled out, has missed 1.
Rogers on the inbound of the baseline. He can run the baseline. He'll inbound. He'll find Ion Harris. He'll flip it into the front court to Foley. Foley underneath the Watkins. Misses. Putback is good. 51-45. 14 seconds to go. Segovia in the front court. Kicks it over to Schoenfelder. It's tipped away by Watkins out of bounds with 9.6 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's why you let 14 seconds or 12 seconds come off, because you come and trap and you don't foul. That's when you don't extend the game early. Now you get into situations where you're not going to have enough time.
Segovia will be the inbound man on the right side. And the Bobcats will use their final timeout, which an interesting spot right there on the inbound play, but want to make sure you get a good look for your offense here. So 4A, Substate 4, first round here tonight. Winner of this game goes to take on number 1 Cedar Falls on Friday night. That's your reward for winning this game.
Yeah. So really, all right, under 10. You could go for 2 to keep it. It would take it down to 4, still 2 possession. This is where, if you're like in the NBA or college women's game has it as well, where you get a timeout, you can move it to half court. High school game, you can't do it, so it makes it very difficult if you don't make a 3 to be able to cut into this. I don't think there's enough time on the clock to be able to score 3 separate times in that 2 points. So you've got to be looking drive to kick, or to get a good look off the inbounds.
Both teams are out of timeouts with 9.6 seconds to go. The official on the near side will blow his whistle and check with the scores table. And Watkins is being called over to the scores table, and head coach Bill McTaggart is getting up off of his seat. So maybe a questioning of substitutions during the timeout there. Drake Erzmo will be the inbound man, baseline right side. Inbound to Jacob Hayes, takes a 3 with a man in his face, misses it. Watkins rebound, clear out, and that'll do it. Kyle Smith will knock the ball out of bounds. No, they say Harris lost it, so it's going to be Bobcat basketball with 3.5 seconds to go.
It's got to be an entry and a 3. There's no timeout, so you got to foul immediately.
Segovia launches, 3 is no good, and
that should be game.
The clock did not run, so I don't know if they're going to do this over again, or they're going to put 2 seconds on the clock.
This is one where
officials are getting together now.
This is where you don't know exactly what they're able to do in the high school level of what they have. But that 3.5 seconds would have come off on that. They're taking 2 seconds off.
Yep, so 1.5 seconds to go. Iowa City West basketball. And I did think Niehaus had it there in the end when they blew the whistle, did he not?
Yeah. I will say Iowa City High jumped out to that huge lead, but the most
15-5 at the end of the first.
Yeah, it was 15-0, 4 minutes into the game. But what I think from Iowa City High that has actually been really the most impressive isn't that first 15-0 run. It's been every time the Cats have gotten it within 2 to 3 points, Iowa City High makes back-to-back great plays.
So they're going to give.
We got the basketball back.
I thought they said white ball.
Yeah. And now they're giving it.
They're giving it to Iowa City High. They blew the whistle. Niehaus had the basketball, I thought. Inbound knocked away by Jacob Hayes. Out of bounds. It will go. with 0.3 seconds on the clock. Iowa City fans just begging for this thing to be over.
Yeah, and I think some Marshalltown fans are as well. It's just not what you want.
Kyle Smith with a last-second heave, but that'll do it. 51-45, our final score, as the Bobcats try to storm back in the second half, but too many offensive inconsistencies. Jacob Hayes didn't score for the first 3 quarters. Drake Gersma, who averages 11, didn't have a single bucket tonight. Kyle Smith did all of his work with his 18 points in the second and third quarter, but was scoreless in the first and fourth. And the Bobcats could not figure out that zone defense.
No, they couldn't, and just that pressure. And when they would once they got the threes going, that was all because of that zone, because it creates open opportunities. They just couldn't make enough plays defensively where it seemed that Watkins, if they needed a second chance opportunity, there he would be. You look at Ion Harris had a couple big plays, but really, if you look at the core, I thought the difference was Davion Hopkins and the defense. And the defense on Drake Gersma was incredible.
Coming up, we head to the locker room report. 51-45, our final score inside the Roundhouse. In the first round of Class 4A Substate 4, the Hawks will take on the #1 Tigers Friday night. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
When you're craving something quick, tasty, and satisfying, think your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. From hot made-to-order favorites like burgers, chicken strips, and fries to the Dairy Queen classics you love, blizzards, cones, sundaes, and shakes. Be sure to check out the monthly featured treats and limited-time favorites, always giving you something new to try. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a sweet treat, just because. Your Marshalltown Dairy Queens has you covered. 2 convenient locations, South Center Street and North 3rd Avenue in Marshalltown, where happy tastes good every day.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit VisionSource-MarshalltownEyeCare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Back inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse, welcome into the Locker Room Report. Brandon Lewis with you here tonight. Bobcats fall 51-45 in the Class 4A Substate 4 first round tonight, as the Hawks from Iowa City defeat them and improve to 8-14 on the year. Bobcats fall to 14-8 and end the season on their home floor. Leading scorer for the Cats here tonight, 18 for Kyle Smith, 11 for Jacob Hayes. All of that came in the fourth quarter. And 5 for Damian Segovia, the freshman, as well as Gavin Mishek. Jamison Niehaus finishes with 4. And the starting point guard, Drake Gersma, who averages 11, held scoreless here tonight inside the Roundhouse. Meanwhile, for the Iowa City Hawks, their leading scorer tonight, Ion Harris. He did all of his dirty work in the second half. He finished with 11. Chris Watkins, the big man, only had 1 bucket in the second half. He finishes with 10. Coden Kurtz, he finishes with 10. He had 9 of those 10 in the front half. Jack Lampy with 5. Davion Hopkins with 6. And Joseph Bird finished with 5. That all came in the second quarter. A lot of the scoring and productivity for the Hawks came in that front half when they took an early 15-0 lead. At the end of the first quarter, it was 15-5. Bobcats were able to get a couple of buckets there. Bobcats stormed out of the gate in the third quarter, but really the Iowa City Hawks were able to just put them away at the free throw line in the fourth quarter as they went 4 of 6 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter to close this game out here tonight. Again, the Bobcats fall to 14-8. Their season now over. Iowa City High 8-14. They travel to play number 1 in undefeated Cedar Falls coming up on Friday night. Coming up in the locker room report, we'll be joined by head coach Mike Apple. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by Central State Bank, locations in Ames, State Center, and West Des Moines. Eye Care Associates of Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo. Hy-Vee of Marshalltown. It pays to perk with Hy-Vee Perks. And Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse.
Time now for KFJB-TV Athletes of the Week, all presented by Opa Grill of Marshalltown. Greek and traditional favorites, all you have to say is Opa. And Adlet Engraving and Screen Print Company of Marshalltown, more than just T-shirts and hoodies, AdletEngraving24.com. Coming up tomorrow, we will name our final Winter Athletes of the Week, as it's been a good winter year for Bobcat Athletics, as both will receive a $25 gift certificate to Opa Grill, along with a custom Athlete of the Week T-shirt and tumbler from Adlet Engraving and Screen Print Company. So be on the lookout for that on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube channels as well, as we will announce our Athletes of the Week. Coming up, we will be joined by head coach Mike Apple, as Dylan Doze will be standing by with him. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
At Opa Grill in Marshalltown, every meal is a reason to celebrate. Opa means celebrate, and that's exactly what you'll do with every bite. From Greek gyros and lasagna to Italian pastas, juicy burgers, hand-breaded tenderloins, and vegetarian options. There's something for everyone. Enjoy homemade soups, fresh salads, and tremendous desserts you won't forget. Opa Grill, where flavors come together and celebrations begin. Open 11 to 8 Monday through Friday and 11 to 3 Saturday. Opa Grill, come celebrate great food.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Transportation for today's game on KFJB-TV provided by Carl Auto Group in Marshalltown. Carl is your dealer for life. Time for our final regional scoreboard update tonight, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines. Some finals starting to pour in around the state of Iowa as postseason play for the boys' side got underway here tonight at the top classes, 4A and 3A. Final tonight, Iowa City West knocked off by Valley, who had only won a couple games this year. Valley out of the CIML defeats the Mississippi Valley team 62-59. Final score, Sioux City East defeats Des Moines North 89-44. Mason City over Waterloo West 66-61. Gilbert tops Boone. The Toreadors, their season is over 79-49. The Nevada Cubs keep moving on. They defeat the Hoover Huskies 76-40. Lewis Central defeats Des Moines Lincoln 59-39. Newton knocks off Des Moines Christian by a close one 46-43. Dallas Center Grimes 91-48 over Ottumwa. Center Point Urbana tops Grinnell 64-35. North Polk over Hampton Dumont Cal 78-50. Bella Dutch, they found out that Fairfield was not much here tonight. 81-41 the final there. Centennial tops Fort Dodge 56-27. Also final here tonight, Solon tops South Tama 74-44. And those are the finals as of now. We're still waiting for Coach in our post-game chat here on the Locker Room Report. We'll take a timeout. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Welcome back into the Roundhouse. Iowa City High again defeated Marshalltown 51-45. On the bottom side of the bracket, still waiting on a final between Davenport North and Dubuque Hempstead. The winner of that game will take on Linn-Mar. The winner of this game, of course, Iowa City High will advance, and they take on number 1 ranked Cedar Falls coming up on Friday night. Cedar Falls a perfect 20-0 on the season. Head coach Mike Apple now standing by. Let's send it down to Dylan Dose.
Welcome in with Coach Michael Apple. Coach, really tough loss. The ones that are final. The last one of the year is always a tough one, but really came out 15-0, 4 minutes into the game. What did you see that caught the Cats on their heels?
That 1-3-1 trap. We just weren't quite ready for it. Attacking the gaps, kind of just throwing it. They were playing the passing lanes well, and we needed to attack those more and then just trying to pass around it at times. I thought we responded well to the second half there, figured it out, but getting down 15-0 within the first 5 minutes of the game obviously had a huge impact in the outcome there.
And you look at that, the Cats definitely kept pushing back, and once that 1-3-1, they found some open threes. Kyle hit some, and then Jacob later. When you really look at it, looking in the second half, when Iowa City was able to counterpunch, what did it come down to late that you thought where Iowa City executed better?
Every time we would get clawed back, we couldn't get an offensive rebound. And they get a second chance point. And that's really what it was. We get stops after stop, and then they'd get it and then, put it back. Where we just had to come up with some rebounds there. Missed the bunny down low on our dribble play for a layup that would have cut it to a single possession game. And ultimately that's turnovers we talked about before the game. We got to make sure we take care of the ball where they're not scoring off our turnovers, and we got to rebound the basketball, and they beat us both categories, unfortunately, tonight.
And then let's take a 5,000-foot view. Games in the rear view. You have some pretty incredible young men in that locker room, led by a really good group of seniors. What would you like to say about being able to have that opportunity to be their coach for these last few years?
It's been an honor. I mean, they've given everything to this program. We've seen them grow as humans, as players. Just a really special group there of those 4 seniors and what they mean to our program. Jacob Hayes, just an unbelievable kid. Just bought into everything we'd ask him to do, worked hard, extremely hard every day. Kyle Smith obviously goes down as one of the best Bobcats to ever play. Definitely one of the best shooters to ever play and wear a Bobcat uniform. But just Tyler Swervo, I mean, just a guy that knows he's on the team and he loves it and he brings it every day. Brings some energy and fun things about it. And then Talon Halstead, just the growth he's made as well since his freshman year of not really playing basketball and understanding how to find a role on a team. Just incredibly proud of those guys. I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss coaching them. Just such a fun group. What they brought every single day to practice was just really special, and our coaching staff can attest to that. It's just such a fun group. Always coachable. Always responded the right way. This is a tough one. Just because I love those guys. I love coaching them, and I'm going to miss it.
Yeah, we were from the broadcasting side, of course. We've loved covering those kids. Great young men. Bobcats lose in a heartbreaker. Their season ends at 14-8. Back to you, Brandon.
All right, thanks, Dylan. And you're alluding to Kyle Smith, 1,018 points with his 18 here tonight. That's where he will finish all-time, 5th all-time in Bobcat points in his history, just behind Luke Apple, 20 points ahead of him in 4th place. Of course, the younger brother of head coach Mike Apple there. Don Nelson, an all-time great with 1,039. Chance Creekmer with 1,264. And Armani Thomas, of course, from a few years past, 1,465 in his career. We'll wrap up the locker room report when we come back. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Good call tonight, man. You too? You think what I'm thinking? Let's go to Legends for a Bobcat burger.
Hi, guys. What are we hungry for today?
I think we're going to do 2 Bobcat burgers. Whether it's pregame or postgame.
Or during the game, it's Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
At Lennox Employees Credit Union, you're more than a member, you're family. Since 1948, we've been helping members and their families save more, borrow smarter, and reach their financial goals. Whether it's a low-rate auto loan, a mortgage that feels manageable, or simply a savings account that grows with you, we're here to make banking simple and stress-free. Discover the credit union difference today. Visit Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, where people helping people is more than a motto, it's who we are. Learn more at lennoxecu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com, Adland Engraving and Screen Print Company, AdlandEngraving.com, Assured Partners, power through partnership, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, and Brown Shoe Fit, with you every step.
One final time on the locker room report, 51-45. Bobcats fall to the Iowa City Hawks here tonight. They play Cedar Falls again coming up on Friday night. And Dylan Doe's back in with me. One final time, Brandon Luce with you inside the Roundhouse. Kyle Smith, 1,018 points. I just mentioned that, all-time points in his career. He also knocked down 6 more threes, and he's the all-time three-point leading man in Bobcat history. He knocked down 228 in his career.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And the fact he's just
80 this year.
Yeah, he's obliterated that record. And it'll be interesting who is going to be that kid that's maybe out on the court here tonight, that in the stands, that may match that. But that record, he's 70-plus 3 years in a row, is spectacular.
That
just
is for
the
sure.
consistency as a shooter is just crazy.
Final thoughts, Dylan.
It was... They just could not get in a rhythm quick enough. And we've seen that. You and I talked about in the broadcast at 1-3-1. When they pressure out, Cats took them too long. To get into it, and then they couldn't make that one more play. But, from a bigger view, it is going to feel really weird calling games without Kyle Smith and Jacob Hayes.
Yep,
That's going to feel
sure.
very, very weird, and some kid next year is going to get called one of their names, and I already apologize.
Yeah, Jacob Hayes put together his best year of his career as he finishes with 288 points in his seniors campaign as well.
Well, and he became a legitimate – last year we talked about it. I knew if the Bobcats were going to be in a game or not based on if Jacob Hayes got shots up, because he seemed timid at points. He would not show up. Not that he wasn't putting out effort, but as far as intention of scoring or anything, there would be games he did not show up. He did not, and you could tell the Cats were going to struggle. This year, he gave it with intention and effort every single night. I thought he was incredibly consistent. Tonight he struggled early, especially with the length of Watkins and some foul trouble. But when it got to really go time, he was the go-to man for the Cats, had 11 points in that fourth quarter.
Yep, that is for sure. A great season for the Cats. 14-8 is what their final record will end up being after a 51-45 loss here tonight. Thanks so much to our KFJB-TV crew. All season long. It's a grind for 3 months. That is for sure.
Yes.
Thanks to Jeff Brooks back at the radio studios, feeding us scores all year long and making sure we're sounding okay on the radio side. For Elijah Bond, our camera guy, as well as Keith Stewart, who, he took a number of balls to the face, but, successfully deflected them away. Mostly.
Yep.
All right.
Keith is always under attack on the sideline.
Yeah, that is for sure. And thanks so much to our on-site producer, David Braga. For Dylan Dose, I'm Brandon Lewis. You've been watching Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, Adland Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors, Members First Community Credit Union, Van Wyck Wood Builders,